In response to all these changing movie dates, I thought we'd add one more to your plate. This is Movie Sense.
That was fun. That was fun.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Movie Sense. I'm your host, DJ Selby, and I got with me as almost always, Justin Mua.
Hey guys, you can find me on Instagram at Justin Mua. This time it's for sure going to be probably like right here.
Great.
So.
Alrighty, and I got with me, Mark Flores.
Guys, how you doing? Mark Flores here. I got all my information down below, so you can peep the Instagram there.
So if you want to see Mark, look down below on Movie Sense. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. Avengers Infinity War changed their release date. I mean, this has been news for the past couple weeks now, but yeah. I thought we'd talk about it. They changed the release date. They're moving from May 4th to April 27th. This was introduced on Instagram in response to Robert Downey Jr. asking for Marvel to push it up, and they said, "Oh yeah, we did."
Yeah,
and
we got you.
Yeah, we get the joke. Yeah, what Tony Stark wants, he gets.
Yep.
But in reality, something else happened. What was it? I mean, there's speculation. I mean, what are we seeing right now as far as the movies in May?
From now, due to the changes that we're seeing now, we're seeing an even placement of all these blockbusters.
Let's take a look at those. So right here you see we have Deadpool. It's May 18th. And if we had stayed on track with the release for Infinity War being May 4th, you would see it would have only given it 2 weeks space before we see Deadpool. If we look further down the calendar, you can see Star Wars Story, the solo Star Wars Story, May 25th. Now, I don't know if everyone else out there knows, but those are two different Disney properties. We got Star Wars, we got Avengers. They had to change the date to give, I think, a little bit more breathing room. What do you think, Justin?
I mean, definitely, yeah, that was a very smart thing that Disney did, deciding to not put so many of their same movie properties into 1 month, because that might actually hurt their sales in the long run, So by pushing it a week forward, it makes the fans happy, and it makes them happy. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Disney is such a huge movie industry now that just because they switched that, now it questions all the other movies, going before it.
There's not a whole lot of big name tentpole movies coming out during that month in April. And then with May, you got these three heavy hitters. So why not move Infinity War to April, right?
Yeah. When you look at it on the business side, you look at these moves as chess moves themselves.
Oh, yes.
Trying to gain advantage over a couple of weeks that they can get, being in the case of Rampage, being by itself for at least 2 weeks, for at least a week before all these other blockbusters come in the weeks after.
Oh yeah, that's good. Rampage moved. What were they moving?
So with Rampage, it was set for April 20th, but now they moved a week earlier to April 13th.
Right. So as what Mark was saying, it would have only had a week. Now it has 2 weeks because it was moved back to April 13th.
Yeah, definitely.
And Rampage is another blockbuster hit that people are talking about right now.
Yeah.
Being promoted by The Rock because it is The Rock. And Warner Brothers is the distributing company behind Rampage. They made the decision, let's go ahead and move this back.
Yeah.
Is this in response to Infinity War? Is this in direct response?
Not so much. No, I'm kidding.
Not so much.
No, of course not.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You look at what Dwayne Johnson's doing in light to this, to where he's taking his Jumanji momentum from the later weeks that he had Jumanji still rolling as the #1 movie globally.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now you have him taking this other movie that he's in, because now he's in a movie every 3 months. He's taking still the momentum of his previous movie into an earlier release date, so people could be, well, yeah, after I watched Jumanji, I like the action in it, I like Dwayne in it, or
The
what
Rock,
have you. Yeah,
the Rock
in
fever.
general.
Rock fever.
To then take it into Rampage earlier.
So you're seeing these collective of movies. Any thoughts about that?
From what I'm seeing is that you're looking at these studios jam-packing and booking all of their Friday releases to the max. And now you have evidence of it being a little bit too much, because this is the first time that I've seen to where two movie studios, independent of each other, actually move a release date one after the other. Never seen that before. We'll probably find something later where they have, but still in my eyes, well, I've never seen something like that.
With movies as popular as these two right here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then when we take that into consideration, does the 2 weeks gap give enough for Rampage to succeed? I mean, I've heard people who've seen the early release of this movie say that it's good. There's no official, critic review transcripts just yet, but I'm hearing good things about Rampage. Are those things going to be good enough to hold up for 2 weeks?
I'm thinking that they're putting all their chips into these 2 weeks, to where the 2 weeks that they have by themselves without any big property names to compete with, that these are the 2 weeks that they have to capitalize on the most, because after that, all bets are off.
All bets are off. Yeah, you're competing against big name movies. And then they just add to it because later months you got Deadpool, like we said, and then you're gonna have the other Disney property, Han, Star Wars story, Solo. Yeah, Han, Solo, a Star Wars story. Han is actually the other one. Han. That one's
Hans
a
Gruber,
Fast and Furious.
A Die Hard story.
I was gonna say a Fast and Furious movie. Han. But so with the success of Marvel and where it's at, I feel like Rampage is a little, they're a little scared. They're a little scared being only a 2 week gap from Infinity War. And then, of course, Disney property doesn't care much because they got huge blockbusters now.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's Disney.
And then Fox is coming out with Deadpool 2, and everyone's excited for that one. I mean, there's only so many movies that everyone can go see. I mean, we're thinking about the price of tickets, and you said something about that too. I mean,
the issue that I'm having with all these movies that are coming out, me personally, I have to go to just one movie. I'm not gonna do the repeat process of going to see Infinity War, Rampage, week after week after week. These release, a buck can only go so far, and I think, to be all honest, I'm only gonna go see Infinity War and have everything die down, and I'm probably gonna go digital on the rest of them, because it's just.
Yeah, it's a cost consuming thing. A lot of the average moviegoers, they don't have the money to just spend every single weekend on a flick. I mean, movie prices are getting more expensive.
It's about like $20 for yourself, and if you want to buy popcorn and all that. And so if you add that up with, like, if you want to bring your kids, that's a lot.
I mean, I think that's something that these studios probably aren't even thinking about.
Yeah.
Because you're loading up the viewing audience with so many movies in a row.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going into this month. The combination of months from April to May.
Yeah.
With the same demographic you're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly. Because you are reaching out to that same demographic.
Yeah, because at some point they're gonna start prioritizing. Like what you say. I'm just gonna save my money for Infinity War, because obviously that's gonna be the huge move that everyone's waiting for.
So do you think Infinity War, let's compare it to Deadpool 2, let's compare it to Rampage, let's compare it to Solo, Star Wars story, and now we got Avengers Infinity War, who's going to come out on top, Justin?
Well, obviously it's going to be Infinity War, and then...
It's the culmination of a franchise.
Yeah. Yes, it really is. And then after that, obviously a Deadpool 2. Look at the huge success of regular Deadpool. And then if you look at Rampage... Not a lot of people, especially in this generation, knew it was a video game. I mean, then again, it is Dwayne Rock Johnson. He is in the movie. Yeah. It's The Rock. Look at what was the movie he did?
San Andreas?
Yeah, San Andreas. It was a very random movie, but look how well it did.
It was well received. So, yeah. I mean, good action, good visuals, good storytelling. And if that's what they do with Rampage, then I do see success for it. But when you're comparing it to all these blockbusters, I agree with you. Yeah. Avengers Infinity War is going to come out on top. What do you think?
I have it to where it's Infinity War, Deadpool, Solo, Rampage.
I'm just going to stick with myself, Infinity War on top. Those other three can battle it out because there's so much diversity going on. That takes like 3 videos discussing those 3 different movies. But as far as the studios making these changes, let's see if they reap the benefits from what they're doing. From their decision making, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Until next time, this has been Movie Sense, and we have a Movie Sense Instagram account now. Check it out. # This is Movie Sense. Follow us.
This is Movie Sense.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. You do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to another great episode of Movie Sense. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at This Is Movie Sense. Make sure to use the hashtag This Is Movie Sense.
I like that. Do you have anything you want to add, Justin?
I think that's about it. Kind of said it all.
We're gonna push his final thought a week later.
Yeah, a week later.
We're gonna push what he says a week later. We don't want it to. We don't want it to clash with what Mark says.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of Movie Sense. This has been fun. Bye.